Thanks to the last project, it's decided I'll get a pay raise.
A month later.
What? A penalty of 500 million yen? What do you mean?
Well, what you say, you certainly have a point.
Mr. Ikawa?
Excuse me, I've heard about the meetings you've had and what's happened so far. I'm Keiichi Sato. I work for a general manufacturer of food and other products.
Mr. Sato, have you come up with a good plan?
Hi, Mr. Oyoshi. Yes, I managed to do it.
Oh, it's a pretty good plan. This new product is really nice. The last plan Mr. Sato formulated was also good. If we'll work it out properly at the meeting, it would be a great plan.
Do you think so? I'm glad to hear that.
Let's get started and discuss about it at tomorrow's meeting.
It's a great plan about the new product. I will rapidly commercialize the product, Mr. Oyoshi.
Yes, I look forward to working on this.
Thank you all for your great planning as always.
Don't cry.
No, I'm not. My eyes are a bit...
Oh, Miss Suzuki, look at you getting all emotional. Thanks to the last project, it's decided I'll get a pay raise. Mr. Sato, your ability to plan is really amazing.
Well, thanks for your compliment.
Do you have any new plan going on in your mind right now?
No, not now. I'll be out of office for a business trip and paid vacation for a month from tomorrow. Thank you for your cooperation.
Have a nice trip and please take a rest. You've always been a great help. Huh? There's something in the trash can.
A month later.
What? A penalty of 500 million yen? What do you mean? Come on, what happened? Your plan resulted in a penalty of 500 million yen.
What? That new product?
No, the plan of a package developed by Clean Energy.
What? But that was...
What happened?
To say the truth, there's something wrong with Mr. Sato's plan. What on earth is wrong? It says the energy is not available or something.
To begin with, why did my rejected plan go to them?
What?
I have definitely thrown it away in the trash can. I don't see why this happened.
More important than that, what's wrong?
Wait a moment. Why are you asking Mr. Sato for the explanation? I thought you were thinking about the plan together and developing it, aren't you? Which means you should know without asking him.
Well, that is... I leave it to Mr. Sato what kind of energy to use.
No, I rejected the plan to begin with. It's not the matter to leave it to me or not.
Come on, why don't you try to get her story straight?
I feel something fishy's going on. As far as I listen to your story, it seems like you have raised the issue of Mr. Sato's rejected plan at your own discretion and performed without any verification.
Well, it's
It's a fact.
Mr. Sato!
To say the truth, recently he often develops my plan. Initially, I thought it was good that I could be his help, but all the plans were finally credited as his work. I thought it's not the way it should be.
Oh no, I also credited your name, Mr. Sato.
You were occasionally asking to Mr. Sato the last time, weren't you? Besides, the answers to the questions about the new products were sometimes indefinite. This means...
Maybe I was tired.
You have submitted several plans to us. But at what extent have you been involved in the final stages, Mr. Sato?
Well, I think about half of them or so.
Approximately what percentage of your works were completed when you submitted them?
Well, about 60%.
Then the rest of the 40% were completed by the team. Do the rest of the members know about this?
No, I don't think so.
Just wait a minute, please. Planning meetings are an occasion for many different people to come up with ideas. It's hard to keep track of who initiated the plans.
You're just being wise after the event, aren't you? You said you owed from everyone, but you never mentioned who initiated. You even acted as if it were you who came up with the idea. Mr. Sato, you should have had a hard time so far.
I thought I wanted to be of help to everybody. Recently, I find it tough more often.
Mr. Sato, I'm really sorry. I should have noticed earlier. I felt something was wrong, but I thought I shouldn't mistrust my employee. Mr. Sato, I know you have done your best.
Please don't cry. I should have declared earlier.
To begin with, if it's a rejected plan, you should have shredded it. I thought you dropped it accidentally.
That's true, but...
Listen, Mr. Oyoshi. No one would ever dream someone may pull out something from a trash can. Besides, it wouldn't be the reason why you didn't even confirm. First of all, Mr. Oyoshi, you're responsible for this matter. Please solve the issue of the penalty of 500 million yen.
I got it.
Let's discuss about the plan after this issue will be solved, as soon as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
So you want to know the reason why the penalty of 500 million yen have generated?
Yes, I have just placed the order. I didn't think you would produce it so soon.
It's because your staff, Mr. Sato, came to see us so often to have meetings with us. However, he noticed there was a problem in clean energy on the way. So the plan was decided to be suspended. He told us he would look for a substitute energy. But you offered the original plan.
Yes, but you could have rejected.
Reject? His boss came directly for the offer. So we would think the problem was solved. I confirmed the person in charge. What happened to the problem of the energy? He told us there's no problem, so the factory still continues production.
I didn't know that. The person in charge is also responsible for this.
By the way, do you know what was the problem this time?
Well, I think there will be a problem at the disposal phase if you use that energy.
Yes. And by using that energy, how much CO2 could be reduced?
19%.
23%.
Oh yes, of course, I'm sorry.
Why do you think we proceeded this plan?
That's because of environmental conservation for sure.
Yes, and there also is a merit for our factory.
What? Yes, of course, it will be recognized as an innovative invention.
No, it isn't. If the factory would be recognized by others that we are an eco-friendly company, Mr. Sato thought there will be more offer from a variety of other companies.
Really? I see. Such a great suggestion by Mr. Sato.
Why can't you explain that? To begin with, this plan has been preceded by Mr. Sato. He's not here today and he didn't come to the greeting of the planning decision. You are always the one who's coming.
The last time he was out for a business trip.
What about today?
Today, he's...
I think the fact is that you preceded his plan. And you became the person in charge instead of him.
I am the head of the planning department, and I have jurisdiction over the plans.
I think there's a difference between having jurisdiction and representing. It's strange that Mr. Sato, who would normally be here, isn't here. I am disappointed to meet someone like you, so I'm thinking of reconsidering further contract with your company.
What? Oh no!
We don't want another person in charge to make a risky offer without consent in the future. Please pay the penalty of 500 million yen as well.
Please, wait. I mean, we'll pay the penalty for sure. But losing a contract is too much. So far, we have 2 decades of history between us.
Yes, we do. But this is unprecedented. I'm sorry, but we can't take the risk anymore. Excuse me, please.
No.
I wanted the contract to be continued on the basis of an apology, including the penalty. I can't believe we lost the contract itself. It was a contract that had been in place since my father, the previous president. I was in good terms with Nagisa. I think she completely dislikes us. I shouldn't have expected anything from Mr. Oyoshi.
Please don't cry, Miss Suzuki. I will go immediately to apologize. To begin with, I should have done so at the first place.
Please, wait, Miss Suzuki. Miss Takahashi even refused to listen to my story. Her attitude was as if she was trying to blame us on the responsibility.
No way, she's not that kind of person.
There were some things she said that sounded like she was testing me. I thought if we continue the contract, the same thing may happen again.
That means you want to say you had done all you could.
Yes, please trust my achievements. This is my first biggest failure. I definitely caused trouble to Mr. Sato. In the future, I will definitely make up for this failure more than double.
I see. Then make up right now.
What, now?
I believe the meeting about diet foods, a project you came up with, is today. I want you to show me the outstanding meeting of that product.
I got it. Please leave it to me. Please take a look at this document. The diet food I suggest has a quality like no other. It will definitely be a great hit.
I see. This is a plan you thought on your own, isn't it?
Of course.
Though partly on the advice of the Vice President. Please refer to the document and please ask me if you have any questions. I got it. Then, would you tell me about the nutrition balance of this food?
Nutrition balance, yes. It contains a lot of rich nutrients. We have more than just calorie control in place.
Great. The price is the reflection of all these elements, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I think it may be too expensive.
Certainly, it might not sell even with all these good features.
Nowadays, even items in the high price range can be sold.
But we're particular about the price range. I think it might be a product that is misaligned in terms of the brand image.
Well, that's...
This plan, in places, something's wrong with the research figures. It looks like the figures here are rather old.
Well, it's...
Perhaps, isn't it a rather old proposal? I'm also researching, thinking of preceding a diet food plan. These figures must be too old.
Mr. Sato, you're amazing! You know about any data.
Not so much. Thinking about plans is sort of my hobby.
How could I never approve you like that?
Aw, your eyes are full of tears. Please control it. We're in the middle of a meeting.
To say the truth, I finished it a long time ago. It's subject for verification. I think there's nothing to claim for the quality of the product.
Talking about the quality, I certainly agree. But to which factory are you going to ask to produce this product?
What? Well, we'll think about it later.
No, that's not good.
Indeed. For this level of product, it would be risky if you won't ask to a qualified factory. If you don't thoroughly manage the temperature and the materials you use, you'll end up in big trouble. To put it bluntly, I think it's the most important point, isn't it?
Definitely. Well, to say the truth, this plan was also taken over from the Vice President.
What again? After all, are you using other people's plans again?
Please, wait a moment. Is it bad to use other people's ideas? By no means. I've developed the plan with Vice President's permission. The factory issue can be resolved by asking. I think what's important is the content of the proposal.
Well?
I see. Well, what you say certainly has a point.
Mr. Ikawa!
Excuse me, I've heard about the meetings you've had and what's happened so far. Mr. Ikawa, please listen to me. Miss Suzuki and Mr. Sato are hard on me. It was my mistake to hire you. Miss Suzuki, Mr. Sato, I'm so sorry. Huh? He's the son of my best friend from college, Mr. Oyoshi. I heard he had a great track record at his former company and that he was good at turning 0 into 100. That was a damn lie. You are just the kind of person to take advantage of other people's achievements and get the best part in the end.
Wait a moment, aren't you gonna support me?
No way. I have no choice but to reassess my rating if you cause such trouble.
I can't believe it.
You have both the creativity and the ability to develop the plans comparing to Mr. Oyoshi. However, we took advantage of your kindness Please forgive us.
No, I should have claimed before. I accepted the situation on my own accord.
As a leader, I had really done the worst thing. I'm so sorry. Mr. Sato has been my person of interest for a long time, but I missed the important parts.
Aw, Puddle was made from tears.
We need sandbags.
That much?
I'm gonna quit this company.
After this, Mr. Oyoshi left our company to another company. However,
Oh no, I made a real mess. What shall I do now?
apparently he used a proposal document that shouldn't have been used at another company, causing a big problem. As a result, he was sued for damages, in part, by the company, which apparently hurt his pride. In the meantime, this goes like this, and what about a plan like this one?
This is an amazing plan, Mr. Sato.
The sales doubled since you became the head.
I'm glad about it, thank you very much.
Let's ask Miss Takahashi's factory to produce it right away. Mr. Sato, why don't we go to a restaurant where we can see a beautiful night view tonight to celebrate?
Great, but please don't cry impressed by the night view.
Of course not.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.